Hey, I'm Robin Shear. Welcome back to One Take on Joy. I am so glad you're here. Do you know how lonely I would be without you? So today I want to follow up for a second on the first video. That one was all about the joy of focusing on relationships that matter to you and letting go some of the behaviors and not getting caught up on those. And I heard from so many people. I was just so moved and so humbled by the response to this simple message. And there's one part I just have to share the story with you. So one mom watched that video and told me that it arrived in her inbox on the day that she needed that message. It turns out that her son is college age, ready to start college for the first time, excited about the direction his future is going to go, but for whatever reason was not completing that college application form. Well, we're about a month from school starting, and so naturally she and her husband were getting pretty doggone anxious and wanting this kid just to fill this form out and let's go, right? So they wanted to do it for him, they wanted to nudge him to do it, but they saw the video and decided, okay, I'm just going to let my focus be on the joy of this relationship. If he doesn't enroll, what's the worst thing that could happen? He might miss the semester, but he would learn. So they decided just to wait and see. Sure enough, the very next day, her son messages them from work with a screenshot of, you guessed it, the completed college application on his own. Do you know what that left them with? That left them with the ability to celebrate with him. That left them with the ability to do happy dances and to just get into the joy of all of it rather than be hung up on the I told you so's and the why didn't you's. So I'm so thankful, and I just wanted to pass that along to you. And as I was thinking about that story, the original dentist story, I was thinking about how that ties into another really great parenting strategy. You can use this outside of parenting relationships as well, but basically, it's about letting the consequences do the teaching, much like my friend decided to do with the college situation. And I was reminded of a story of a time way back. This is so long ago. So we live in a rural area. And when we go to the store, we don't just go to the store. We spend a whole day running errands. We do it all in one day while we're out. And so it was one of those errand days. And I had about 6 or 8 places that I wanted to go. And so it was all very, planned out. I had saved up all these things. So my son, he's about 5 at the time, and we were ready for a fun day together. We were going to have lunch and listen to music and talk and shop and just spend this day together. So he's in the car with me. We're driving, we're singing. We're about halfway to our destination, which was about 20 minutes in. And he says, "Oh, I forgot to wear my shoes." I'm like, "What? Are they with you? They're here? You just didn't put them on?" And he's like, "No, I forgot to put them on while we were at home." And I'm like, "What? Are you kidding me? You're 5 and you forgot your shoes?" There's so many things I wanted to say in that moment. But I remembered, no, I have to focus on the relationship. I'm going to let the consequences do the teaching and not be that nagging parent as much as I wanted to. So I said instead, "Wow, buddy, that's a bummer. What are you going to do?" And it gave him freedom to think for himself. And he said, "Well, we can go back and get them." I'm like, "Nope, that's not part of our plan." Now, the fact is we could have gone back and gotten them. It would have cost me 40 minutes. I've already paid money for those shoes. It would have been so much more convenient than what we did, which instead was to see how much money he had in his little Velcro wallet and allow him to purchase his own shoes, letting the consequences do the teaching. Okay, so I hear the sound from the back seat, right? Because he's little and all he has are coins. So the sound that I hear is the Velcro of the wallet all around the edges of this thing, opening up, all these little coins making sounds, and he adds them all up. He has $1.50. Okay, what in the heck are we going to do with $1.50? So we get to all these stores, which, for the record, he is not allowed to step foot in, right? He has bare feet. So he was either in the cart, which he thought was pretty fun, or on my back, which he thought was really fun. So we're making memories. We're doing life the best we can, looking for shoes while we're buying all of our other stuff, not finding anything suitable, mind you. So halfway through this day, this is the most inconvenient thing. Halfway through this day, we decide, hey, we could go to a consignment shop. Let's go to a secondhand shop. For sure, they will have something. And they did. They had rainbow flip-flops that he hated. He hated these shoes so much. This makes me look like such a bad parent right now. But he bought them because that's his only choice. Put them on his feet, and away we went for the rest of that day. I'm walking, he's walking in his little rainbow flip-flops. We did life. He never forgot his shoes again, right? And I learned, okay, good parenting is not convenient, but he got what he needed out of that experience. We got to have a whole lot of fun. And I should tell you, this story kind of comes full circle very quickly. The other day, I'm driving by myself, heading for another day of errands. Music's on, I'm thinking about all my plans, and I realized, oh my gosh, I am wearing my son's shoes. Now, mind you, I'm only doing this because he doesn't want them anymore, and they're super comfortable. I wear them at home all the time. Well, I forgot to mention to you that I'm 5'2" on a good day. He is 6 foot tall, and his shoes fit me like this. Can you see the gap down here? I had to wear those the whole day. I'm like, okay, how appropriate is that? So I Snapchatted a picture to my family. We all had a good laugh. I learned my own lesson that sometimes parenting myself is not convenient. I hope you enjoyed this story. I hope you're going to be willing to try and let the consequences do the teaching. It's obviously a whole lot easier when the price is cheap. $1.50 didn't cost very much, right? It totally beats some major catastrophe if you don't start early. So I encourage you, start this process now. If I can help you to have a more joyful family life, please reach out to me. My website is in the description. You can click on it, find out all about how I can help you have a more joyful family life. It's joytotheworldcoaching.com, and I really can't wait to see you again. Until then, go forth and be joyful.